lived 24 years in this world, 24 years of ups and downs, 24 years of growth and reflection. As I stand here now and I look back at my journey, I just realize how far I've come. Some of these lessons that I've learned have come from ease, others have come from hardship. But nonetheless, all of these lessons have left an undeniable mark on my life. So join me today as we take a trip down memory lane. Starting off with, number one, the reward for hard work is more work. That's one of the lessons that I've learned recently that gave me a huge epiphany. Whenever you're going hard and you're opening up new doors to different chapters in your life and different opportunities, one thing is undeniable. You are going to have more work that needs to be done. Whether it's you going to school, you going to a job, you on your content creation shit, you're always going to have a next step to take. The work is never done. And take pride knowing that you'll ultimately be rewarded for your efforts as you continue to level up, and level up. Success at any level takes time and dedication. I think a lot of us undervalue the process of becoming successful or achieving our goals. We want everything so spontaneously that it dictates the way we approach our goals and dreams. We want things to come like that. And the reality is this, through my 24 years, nothing has ever came without me making a sacrifice. Most people are not going to be overnight stars. Most of us are going to have to really grind our ass off until it becomes like fine powder in which we've worked that hard. Don't get caught up in your long goals too much. Just realize that if you continue to work hard and continue to push yourself to the max, you will achieve your dreams if you continue to stay on course. It's behaviors over outcomes any day of the week. Never be afraid to reinvent yourself, and also make sure you make peace with your past. So once I graduated high school, the trajectory on my life was so unexpected just because of how I was in high school. Within the first year of graduating high school, I had to make a commitment to myself that I was going to get better. I was going to glow up. I was going to become the man that I wanted to be. I didn't want to be stuck in a box that society had made out for me just because of the way I grew up. Every day you have the opportunity to reinvent yourself. Every minute of the day, you have the opportunity to make yourself better. There is a version of you in a different timeline in which you succeed and you win everything in your life. If you want to be a big baller, a fucking player, you must figure out the steps to get to that point and bring that out of yourself. No one's going to come and save you or force you to get whatever you want in life. You have to reinvent yourself. Don't let some dumb shit in the past stop you from changing your future. Self-improvement is not a challenge, it's a journey. A lot of us get ourselves in a position where we're going super hard and we burn out. I've been self-improving for 5+ years since I got out of high school. And I realized that it's not about going as hard as possible for 30 days. It's about putting the time and effort into it over long periods of time. I realized once I put in enough work over time, it changes the way I think. Once it changes the way I think, it changes the way I speak. Once it changes the way I speak, it changes my patterns, which turns into my beliefs, which turns into my lifestyle. Stop trying to make everything happen so fast. That's why you get burnt out, because you're expecting unrealistic things. This is a beautiful game we're playing, and at the end of the journey, you'll realize that the journey was the piece that you were looking for the whole time. Learn how to be confident in yourself and your abilities. One of the biggest growing pains I ever had in this game was learning to recognize my abilities and my talents for what they were. As you grow and you get better at the shit, you ultimately carry some of the things that held you back with you when you level up. When I first started lifting weights and I first started doing everything that I was supposed to be doing, I had carried over a limiting belief system. I see a shorty at the mall. I see a shorty at the gym. In my head, I think I'm not good enough to get her. And it wasn't something I would say to myself, but just the way I was thinking about it and the way I was moving about it, it just showed in my actions. I'd be like, she's not really feeling me, whatever. It wasn't until I had to sit down with myself and start meditating that I realized that I'm the problem. I'm this thing that stopped me from getting what I want. With these insecurities I had developed throughout high school, I had to really pull myself out the mud to ultimately overcome them. So what ultimately cured me of these insecurities was just building up memories, going through tribulations with myself, understanding that if I wasn't who I thought I was, I would never have came out on the other side of these difficult moments in my life. Embrace challenges and uncomfortability. You must accept that life is going to be hard if you want to succeed. You must not stray away from things you're scared of. You must take on things that make you uncomfortable, whether it's hitting the gym, cold approaching, taking a cold shower, going on stage and performing. Whatever may bring those nerves out of you, you must do to get better. If you want to build an edge, you want to have that vibe, that presence that when you walk in the room, you must push yourself through uncomfortable situations. I don't know what it is, but ever since I went through everything I went through, my confidence, my ability to attract has been tenfold. I feel like there's not one chick I can't get. I feel like there's not one thing I can't do. It's better to have a full circle full of real friends than it is to have a big circle full of snakes. You must be able to recognize people for who they are. A lot of the times we grow up with a certain sort of traditional thinking where we think, everyone's out to do us good and everyone has clear intentions. But the more and more you get out here, the more and more you recognize people are wicked. So many people live with scarcity that they're willing to throw away a lifelong friendship in order to get a short-term pleasure. You must be able to tell a good friend and a bad friend. There's a lot of people out here who have not built their character, who do not stand on any ethics or morals. And you must be very, very careful of these people. To keep it real with you guys, I only consider one person my actual friend. Everyone else pretty much is an acquaintance. I just know that with my dog Carmen, that if anything happens to me, he's gonna be there to pick me up from the mud. Understand taking risk and becoming successful means you'll have to overcome looking stupid. Probably the biggest fear that I've seen from men and just people in general is that they're scared of looking stupid. People have gotten so scared of losing that they lose. People have gotten so scared of taking risks that they sit in the same position their whole lives, hoping that no one ever judges them for something that they could have done. When I first started really self-improving and, learning how to talk to girls, I was so caught up in what people thought about me. Nowadays, I don't give a fuck. I don't care what these people think. If I didn't have motion and I wasn't important enough to talk about, you wouldn't be talking about me. It's ultimately an indicator that I'm doing the right things. Someone laughing at you, someone judging you is not gonna kill you. If you go up to a girl right now, she cusses you out and everyone laughs at you. By the end of that day, they'll all forget about you. You're not that important. I'm not that important, you're not that important in the grand scheme of things. Imagine this scenario. You played it safe. You played corporate. You made a lot of money. You get your dream car. As you're sitting at a diner eating, you see the girl of your dreams sitting across the restaurant. The girl's staring at you, she's smiling at you. All you have to do is just walk up to her in the middle of the restaurant and say hi. But unfortunately for you, you're so scared of looking stupid and being judged by the other people who are sitting in there that you fail to make a move. And then some dude like me comes up to her and says hello, boom, that's my girl now. I'm just saying that in perspective that there's other people who will take those risks that you won't. Be grateful for your blessings. So today, for example, I was watching a video on Instagram Reels of this kid from Africa. He had to wash himself with camel piss. And I just thought to myself, I might have a job that I might not necessarily love. I might do things that I consistently hate doing. But at the end of the day is this. I'm blessed to be in America for what it is. I'm blessed to have everything that I have so far. Am I satisfied? Fuck no. I am grateful for all my accomplishments so far. And I pray to God every night that, my blessings continue to come and come and come. Sleep is crucial. We're currently living in the grind all day, no sleep era. And unfortunately, at times we do have to sacrifice sleep to get what we want. Just understand that long term, sleep deprivation is destructive. In 2019, I realized the importance of sleeping well. I was always tired. I had brain fog. I damn near had times where I couldn't get up. It wasn't until I actually got diagnosed by a doctor with sleep apnea that I was able to take care of those problems. In order for you to be the best version of yourself, you have to be healthy. You get in what you put out. When it comes to this overall self-improvement game and just overall life, you're gonna get what you put in. A lot of times we expect great things to happen, but yet we don't want to make no sacrifices. We don't want to take the time to go to the gym when it's late. We don't want to sacrifice a few weekends to get better. We want everything to come so easily. If we're not putting in enough work and time into our building our characters and becoming better, we can't expect to beat the ultimate goals in our lives. It's like playing Final Fantasy. You have to get to a certain level in order for you to beat a boss. But most of the time, if you're a lower level than the boss, you're gonna get one shot every time. Learn when to utilize speed versus quality. When it comes to putting in work, we must understand that there's one thing that's not replenishable. That is your time. So sometimes when you're on this pursuit of greatness, speed is gonna be such a big factor because you cannot expect to always do quality things if they don't require it. If you're doing a survey, right? Why would you put 2 hours doing a 5-question survey when it isn't required? There should be two types of efforts that you're using. Speed effort, where you're trying to get something done as fast as possible. And then there's concentrated effort. You're trying to make something as complete as possible. Seduce yourself first. You must be able to recognize the benefits you bring into other people's lives. You can't expect a shorty to follow your program if you don't understand the program itself. How is it going to benefit her to follow your lead if you don't even know the benefits yourself? One of the easiest ways to recognize what you bring into people's lives is look at your current friends. What kind of value are you bringing into their lives that would be beneficial to anyone that you meet? As of right now, I can give you guys 10 different reasons on how I benefit a woman's life. You must have that same level of energy about yourself and what you bring to the table. If you've been watching to this point, this is damn near like watching the 48 Laws of Pushing P damn near. So thank you guys for watching to this point. Never confide in a woman that's not your main piece. If you're out here dating, you must become stoic. You must understand that not everybody wants to hear your problems. You must train yourself into becoming stoic. You should get to a point in time when people see you, they know you're like a rock. They know that you're hard, you're solid. You're never up, you're never down. The more and more stoic you become, the more powerful you appear. Even if it's as simple as having a good poker face, just having the ability to not show that you're bothered by things will ultimately keep you on your foundation. Your intuition is your superpower. I always hear people ask rhetorical questions damn near. Like, how do I lose weight? How do I know if my girl's cheating on me? When something's going wrong or something doesn't seem right, you always have a gut feeling before it happens. It's like damn near like a spidey sense. If I feel like something's kind of messed up, something ain't seeming right, I'm not proceeding there. But if I do proceed, I'm proceeding with caution. Let's say, for example, I have a fear that a girl's cheating on me. She might say, oh, KJ, you're so jealous, you're so insecure. I'm gonna have to hold on to that until I figure out what's going on. I don't just feel certain ways just because of what it is. I don't think about things like that to a point where it make me insecure. So if I'm feeling like you're acting shady or you're moving weird, I'm moving off that. I damn near say 80% of the time when your intuition's kicking, if you developed it enough, you're usually right. And it's really crazy how that works. So just understand that your intuition will lead you to the truth. Continuously educate yourself. I cannot stress the importance of always learning more, always being open to learning new skills and trades. A lot of people, once they graduate high school, think that learning's done. Okay, I read these books in school, I'm done learning. I don't want to read anything else. I don't want to hear anything else. I just want to get a job and just go from there and just enjoy life. That's all cool if you want to stay the same, but in order to grow, you must continuously be able to educate yourself and avoid distractions. The devil comes in the form of distractions. Continuously find ways to educate yourself, and you'll never be at the whims of somebody else. Find a mentor. With today's era of YouTube, TikTok, you don't even have to find a mentor in real life anymore. You could just find somebody on YouTube, listen to them, and just learn what they're talking about. If you're not able to find a mentor of some sort, then you're just not going hard enough. Whether it's how to make content, how to cold approach, how to build a business, it doesn't matter. You can make the process of learning and becoming a master of something very, very small. A mentor is going to instill confidence and really expedite the process. Just look out for somebody you vibe with and recognize how you can copy some of the game that they have. Remain unpredictable. This is one of the biggest ways to stay ahead. When you're unpredictable and someone can't just fit you into a box they made out for you, they have no control over you, and that scares them. That's why a lot of times when you're really making moves in your life, a lot of people start hating on you because it's like, wow, this dude wasn't who I thought he was. When you're unpredictable, that's one of the most attractive things you can do as a man. When a shorty can't gauge you, she can't understand what you're on, that just makes her want to dig deeper into who you are. It makes her want to invest more into you. So remain unpredictable and remain mysterious to a certain level. Learn how to cold approach and talk to women. As a man who despises dating apps, this one is a crucial lesson that I had to learn. This is one of those lessons that's changed my life in all areas. Whether it's sales, confidence, dating, all these things have changed because I've learned how to overcome the fear of rejection by approaching women. You know, when you first do it, you're gonna be shaking, you're gonna be nervous, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? Cold approaching and talking to women not only opens up new doors for you in your life, but it just overall makes you a better man because you have the ability to talk to strangers. You're not forced to stay on a dating app or talk to your friends that you know since high school because you have the ability to go out, see a girl that you're feeling, and say, what's up, shorty, to her. You can't tell me you want to be a man or a quote-unquote alpha, but you can't talk to a woman. How does that work? The best rewards come from the hardest sacrifices. Act like a king to be treated like one. This lesson here is so important because if you don't carry yourself with a certain level of pride and ethics and morals, how can someone view you with respect when you don't carry yourself with respect? If you don't walk around with a certain level of confidence or pride in yourself, how can anyone respect you? If people know you'll do dirty shit to get by, why would anyone ever respect you past what you respect yourself to? I try not to do things that people will be ashamed of me doing. The reason why I'm not addicted to porn is because I don't want people watching me watch porn. You know, I just don't want to have that in my conscience. And it may be hard at first, but once you get past that certain level, you really start to see yourself as a king. So act like a king to be treated like one. Travel around more. I'm not going to get too deep in this lesson because I've done a whole video talking about it. When you keep yourself in one city, one area for your whole life, undoubtedly, you're going to pick up some traits and characteristics of the people around you, which will never be tested unless you leave your little place. By traveling around more, you're going to open up areas of your brain that you didn't know existed. You'll be able to really master yourself a lot faster by traveling more than staying in your small ass city. When you have motion in your life, people will try to copy you and they'll envy you for who you are. For the most part, whenever someone's hating on you or trying to copy what you're doing, just understand that they're trying to copy the motion that you've been on. They're trying to steal everything you've worked for. The only real thing to do about this is just keep getting better. Continue to make more moves, continue to get better, and continue to have motion in your life. You'll never regret it. Invest in yourself first. We're living in a timeline where high-risk investments is the way to go. You must recognize that in order to become rich and successful in your life, you must start at your core, which is yourself. You must be able to put time, energy, and money into yourself so that way you can build yourself and scale yourself up. Most of the time, we want to invest our money, time, and energy into things that don't matter or things that have a chance of doing well. You must love yourself enough to be able to bet on yourself. Last but not least, appeal to people's interests, not their virtue. Ever you're asking somebody for help, you must ask yourself, what do they want? What could they use in their life? You don't want to be entering a situation with somebody who's doing better than you, thinking like, oh,
hopefully I'll just take them out for a coffee and they'll give me everything they ever worked for, and I'll learn how to do everything they ever done.
It doesn't work like that. You must be able to bring some sort of value to the table so that way you guys can exchange. Honestly, if you're really trying to get ahead, you should be able to bring more value to their life than they can give to you if you really want to get ahead. People are naturally about themselves. They don't want to hear no sob story about what you went through. All they're wondering in their head for the most part is, what can you do for me? Once you're able to recognize this lesson, the ability to get things done with people will be a lot better. And there you have it. 24 lessons in 24 years. I hope these reflections and these lessons that I've learned in my life have inspired you to look back on your journey and think to yourself, what have I learned? Your self-improvement journey will be important to somebody, whether it's your family, your friends, who knows, even the whole world might be inspired one day by what you went through. So if my lesson and my pain has inspired any of you guys to take action in your life, then I know we're building something special here. With that said, guys, I appreciate you guys watching to this point. Make sure you guys follow my social media right here. I'm always posting self-improvement content on there. And with that said, holla back at me, guys. Appreciate you. Peace.